friends, May Flaum here for Dress It Up Buttons, and today I've got some various Christmas buttons, some of the Disney ones and a whole bunch of other Dress It Up Christmas buttons, and I'm doing a quick idea here, 3 different ways. I love to make gift card holders, and the first way here, I'm making a coffee cozy pattern here, and yes, you can put this around a cup of coffee. I just traced one that I had, and then what I'm doing here is I'm just making it a little bigger, because what I'm actually intending to do is use this to put a gift card inside of it and present it as a partially handmade gift. I'm just using some nice felt, cutting out my pattern, and then just doing a running stitch around the edges to secure everything. This really is all you have to do to make a coffee cozy. It is incredibly easy with some embroidery thread, a needle, and felt. And the lines that I drew, they will disappear. They will be on the inside. Not a problem. When we're all done, we can decorate. You can glue on embellishments. You can stitch them on, whatever you would like. I'm removing the shank here and using a strong adhesive to adhere this. This is going to be one gift that I just know the recipient is going to enjoy. If gluing onto felt, you just want to make sure you have an adhesive that is strong and intended for fabric surfaces as well as embellishments. Look at Donald, he's so cute. Now to go along with Donald, I'm going to add this holly flat back as well as some sew-on buttons that are little that I think will really add a lot to this project. Now you might notice I have got a big container sitting there of holiday buttons. This is something I really like to do this time of year. I like to pull out my Dress It Up buttons and I like to put them in a little dish, and then that way when I'm making cards, gift tags, gift wrapping, whatever I might be doing, I can just look to my container, see what buttons I have, what options I have, and then pull from there. So I can look all around and say, well, you know what? I have these little flowers, or I have these shaped micro buttons, whatever it might be. I can get all of these out there and I can create. And you can see how easy it is. I'm just picking out different ones that I think work well on the spaces that I have, and I can do the back side. I'll just wait for the glue to dry. And again, you could stitch these on. I just decided I wanted to have the glue because I just thought, you know what, I like the way that works. I like the look of it, and let's face it, sometimes we get in a rush this time of year and faster is better. And the glue, while it will take some time to dry, it will take a lot less of my time to apply. Once we are done here, we just set it aside to dry. Let's move on to the second project. This one is going to be a tag. So I have some snowflake paper you see there. I also have some red cardstock. And what we are going to do is to take the tag and create the pocket on the tag itself. So you could gift this as a tag. You could put it inside an envelope. You could attach it to a card. You have a lot of options here. What we are going to do is to take that red paper, fold it over, cut it to the size of the tag, fold it over the top, and then we're actually going to use a small amount of adhesive and then quite a bit of stitching all around the edges. And I will explain that in just a moment here. First, as you can see, I was cutting the paper. Now I'm fitting the paper, folding the top over. These steps we want to make sure we do. And before we get to stitching, I want to get that snowflake paper down on top of my tag as well. I am going to just trim that. And then I'm also going to adhere it really well, trim it down, and then I will also punch a hole there at the top so that we have the tag ready to go. Gift tags this time of year, gift toppers, so much fun. They add so much personality, and it's such a great way to express your creativity at a time of year that time can be short and multitasking can be critical. Once I've got this trimmed up, we are moving on to the stitching. For the stitching, what I am doing, you can use a paper piercing tool or another needle, or even in this case, I actually have a little craft knife that I'm popping some holes. This is going to do two things. Number one, lets me control exactly where those holes are going to go. And number two, it's going to make putting these stitches through a little easier. This is a great tip for when you are working on multiple pieces of paper or cardstock. Really, really helps. So get that needle and thread out there, stitch this all together. And as to why stitching the bottom and sides, well, this is creating a pocket. So now we've got our pocket that we can put our gift card inside. It's going to be so cute. And again, we can customize with buttons. You guessed it. They are my best friend always, but this time of year especially, there's so much we can do with these dressed up buttons of all the different sizes, and they all work so beautifully together. They are all just so much fun. As you can see, now we've got Goofy joining the party, and I'm using some of my Disney friends, but you certainly don't have to. Oh my goodness, the options from snowmen to trees to Santa to reindeer. There are so many Christmas button options over at the Dress It Up button shop that you can pick from, and non-Christmas as well. These ideas would work for any time of year. Now, once I have got that done, I'm moving on to idea number three. Idea number three, you see me trimming a piece of cardstock. I have it folded so it'll be the same size. This time I'm making my shaped, just like the coffee cozy, making it shaped like that to put my gift card inside. I'm going to tape just the bottom and a little bit along the sides to secure this because I am not stitching this time. Nope. We are leaving the embroidery thread and needle off to the side. We are just going to use adhesive. So you just want to leave that top, or you could do a side, but you want to leave one side open. That way you will be able to get your gift card in there. Now, once I have adhered this on, I'm going to also use some decorative scissors to add. That's my little scrap of snowflake paper. No waste around here. I use every scrap of material that I can. Going to just glue this on to our card front here. And then I'm going to add some buttons. It's Pluto's turn to play. Love these buttons. And I'm using liquid adhesive. It's going to just be a nice, strong adhesive. If you were in a hurry, could you use hot glue so that it would stick? Yes, you could. That can just be a little messier a lot of times if you have the time for liquid adhesive with buttons. It's just going to have a better hold and less mess, less stress, and of course, less chance of burning yourself. Hot glue can be really good for some projects, but when I'm working with small things, I tend to try to avoid it. Now I'm just removing the shank off of a snowflake button, and I'm going to add a couple little decorative touches here for Pluto just to help show this off. Oh my gosh, I just love this card, and I love this idea because, you know, I like to add homemade touches where I can, but I can't always fully hand make everything for everyone. Now with my pen here, if you're wondering what I'm doing, you'll see in just a moment, I am adding little dashes here to imitate stitches. Pen work or glitter glue or paint, puffy paint, those kinds of things are great for imitating running stitches without any of the time or without any of the thread. Now, finishing touch here, let's stamp Happy Holidays and let's get these off to their intended recipients. I hope you have enjoyed today's tutorial. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the Dress It Up channel. We will see you next time.